taken the shortcut, and you may or may not know how much I love the vines. How cool is this? And it's a dirt road. The vines have taken over.
Hey everyone, welcome to Aegis Moto Adventures. Boy, we're up and ready to hit the road today. This will be day 3 of trying to complete the TransAmerica Trail here through the National Forest in Georgia and Tennessee. I look forward to it. We'll be up in the mountains here very shortly. We'll see ya. It's not unusual to have road closures or make navigation errors while using the paper maps for the TransAmerica Trail. We are on our 3rd day of the TransAmerica Trail through the Chattahoochee National Forest. Unless something unforeseen happens, we should complete our goals today. One will notice that I have been mentioning the Chattahoochee National Forest, and yet here's a sign saying it is the Cherokee National Forest. The reason for this is the two forests lie adjacent to each other with the boundary somewhere between Tennessee, Georgia, North Carolina, and the South Carolina borders. We have been and will be bouncing between the forest for this entire adventure. I'm not sure how this car ended up over the edge, but at least it's in an easily accessible spot. The road here isn't even bad. In fact, it's actually very good. Well, I wish them well. Sorry they had to get towed. We are currently in the northwest corner of the forest and heading east-southeast. Eventually, we will make a left-hand turn and head due east. There goes a bear.
Where?
Right, cub went right across the road. Go down that hill.
Which corner? Up here? Further?
It went over the edge.
See if there's a pretty good cover down there. Well, Mike just saw a bear cub, so that last video may have a bear in it. I didn't see it, but there was one down there.
Well, I'll give it away. Mike makes another wrong turn. Fortunately, this road is a lot of fun and challenging. You'll see here it's really narrow and overgrown with some deep ruts later on. The Land Cruiser and Roy's truck are easily handling the road, but Mike's new Land Cruiser may get some branch battle scars. From the looks of it, very few people drive this road. This was the only turnaround or opposing traffic spot wide enough to easily make those moves. Unfortunately for us, it isn't where we will eventually need it.
Well, it turns out we're on a road called 302, and that is not where we want to be. But you can see the road just keeps getting worse and worse. Look how deep this rut is. I mean, that's like 2 foot deep. Anyway, Mike's turned us around, and Roy's trying to get turned around. And I thought I'd come and show you how deep this rut is. We'd had a hard time avoiding that one. So anyway, we're going to backtrack a little bit and try to get on the right road. But it was fun. Mike saw a little bear, so we'll see. There's a lot of water coming down this hill, I would say.
Okay, things are kind of crazy. We went down the wrong road and it kept getting rougher and rougher and rougher, and I finally realized we're on the wrong road. So we're gonna have to backtrack probably about 5-6 miles at a really slow pace here to get back out to the road, and then we'll look for the correct road. So we're backtracking right now, but it's been fun. It's been challenging because this road's a little bit trickier. The Land Cruiser has a relative short wheelbase, which makes turning around on a narrow track easier. Roy's pickup, even though it's a short bed, has a little more difficulty getting turned around. I will mention Roy's pickup has a higher ground clearance, making deep ruts easier than for the Land Cruiser. At the time of this video, the Land Cruiser was stock and had limited ground clearance, and it still had street tires. This has been remedied, and the modifications will be featured in another video, so stay tuned. We are back on the TransAmerica Trail. The next left-hand turn will be the correct one, and as you can see, the road is a little nicer than what we just got off of. We do and will encounter some deeper ruts like this one, but the road is wider, giving one more maneuverability. On a motorcycle, this would be pretty easy. Eastern forests, unlike out west, don't provide those wide open vistas. However, one can enjoy some solitude and relaxation. I certainly wouldn't overlook the Eastern TransAmerica Trail. It's lovely here.
This one tree is so straight and true. And right next to it is a tree that curves all over. Oh wow, another really big gully. I believe this area was intended to be a camping area. The Chattahoochee National Forest allows for dispersed camping with a few rules. Bear safety will be your primary concern.
We have constantly been on the lookout for bears, and we haven't been disappointed. We've already seen some. But our best sighting is just around the corner.
Slow down, slow down. A little further. Point to Roy. Was another bear on that last video.
Well, that bear sighting was a lot of fun. I may have to invest in a better camera with a zoom feature. It would be nice to have a clearer video than that of a black blob. But it was a bear, I can assure you. On day one, if you remember, we took a wrong turn when entering the forest. The correct path was closed, so the error turned out to be a good mistake. Now we are on the other side of that closure. Nothing has changed. The road is still closed. This means we have encountered, at the time of this video, 2 spots where the TransAmerica Trail is blocked. Rough Creek, so we are done.
Video that.
Yeah, why don't you go up?
Well, bummer, another road closing, which means we're going to take the cutoff and head back the easy way. Don't want to have to turn around after driving through a bunch of rough roads.
We'll head down the mountain and cross the dam to the highway. But stay with us as we watch the rafters and kayakers on the river. I was told that they open the dams once a week to allow this recreation. As a note, The 1996 Olympic competitions were held here. How cool, huh?
Straight up trail. It's a little creek. I'm kind of right on the edge. They're right here. Well, we might as well be at the botanical gardens here. These butterflies are floating all around. Some blue, little blue ones. A boat coming down. We stop. One of those blue boats. There's kayaks. Hi.
What up, yo?
How cool is that? Looks like they're having a great time. Kind of jealous on that one. Kind of looks like my brother. Whitewater rafting spot. Oh, there's a Land Cruiser.
Oh, look at this right here, Rat Rod Royal.
Oh, shoot.
Royal get a kick out of that.
Hoping to get up here before they start going again. There were other kayakers that were going through here, and that person in the yellow boat actually kayaked over to that guy sitting on the side. So you can tell that individual is quite experienced and talented. See what I mean? Amazing. Uh-oh. Look at that. Going right up against that current. He knows where to go to take a break. All right, now the guy in the red one. I didn't know they could do that. They're holding on to some branches right now. Amazing. Can I share with you?
Yeah.
Oh shoot, they know where to rest. How cool is that? Hello. We're in McKaysville, Georgia.
Get rest. Wow, what a fun day we had on the TransAmerica Trail. We got most of it, and though we were thwarted by some roads that were closed by the U.S. Forest Service. I don't know why they were closed. I don't know that they had like a tree down that hadn't been cleared yet or a washout. One of them, it sounded like there was a bridge out toward the tail end there. But I want to share a few comments about the TransAmerica Trail through the Cherokee and Chattahoochee National Forest. It's a little bit tougher than what I thought it would be. Most of the time, TransAmerica Trail's on pretty manageable roads with a little bit of challenging spots. But there were some spots that we went through today that were really, really difficult. And on a big adventure bike, that might be a little problematic. On a dirt bike, it probably would not be too bad. But on a bigger bike that's loaded down, that certainly would be a little bit of an issue. With the four-wheel drives, we had no problem at all getting through. Though that one road that we went down, I think Sherry filmed it, we had stopped when I realized that we were on the wrong road and we needed to turn around. But the section that was right in front of us was absolutely brutal with ruts that are super deep, and I'm not sure we could have gotten through that with the rigs that we've got. We don't have the big tires, or the vehicles haven't been lifted, so I'm not sure we'd have made it through there. So there are definitely some challenging spots, but it was a lot of fun. Well, that pretty much concludes it for us on the TransAmerica Trail here for that portion, but we're not done overlanding. Tomorrow, we're going to start working on a section of the Georgia Traverse, and that's an east to west route that goes mainly I think it's almost 300 miles long. It's mainly on gravel roads, I think, like 290 miles, something like that I read that is on gravel. And it goes through the National Forest, and some of it I think we've already done. That way, when we messed up in the National Forest on the TAT that first day, that might have been a part of that. But it won't be as difficult as what we did, and in that some of the roads are paved, they're county, state roads, but there's a lot of gravel to it. So we're going to start on that tomorrow and continue our journey on our overlanding. We'll see you then in the morning.